Today's news: back to school for literacy slackers,
drought fears grow,
coach catastrophe unfolds,
and cliff collapse in Dover. Welcome to CCN. I'm Eva.
And I'm Nathan.
It's back to school for literacy slackers, as a shocking report reveals that 1 in 5 children leave primary school unable to read or write properly. Today, reports published show there has been little improvement in literacy levels in Britain since 2008, and Ofsted is warning that Britain is falling behind other nations. The Chief Ofsted Inspector, Sir Michael Wilshaw, has stated the importance of this matter, telling teachers that there could be no subject more important than English. The Ofsted report, called Moving English Forward, says there has been only limited improvement in English in primary schools. It has been suggested that this could be because too few schools encourage a love of reading. So Michael said, too many young adults lack the skills to make their own way into the world, and we are no longer the leading country in literacy performance. So, will this change anytime soon? Watch this space.
Fears of drought are sweeping the nation. Let's cross to Luke with the story.
Thank you, Nathan. I'm here by the River Colne to talk about the drought and its effects. Some of you may know that 7 water companies across Britain have announced a hosepipe ban due to the low levels of rain we've been having over the last few years in Britain. The hosepipe ban begins on 5th of April, but we are wondering how much people really know about the ban. According to Angular Water, a hosepipe can use over 1,000 litres of water in just 1 hour, which is more than an average household uses in an entire day. If you are found using a hosepipe, you can get to a fine up to £1,000. So what do these local people know about this?
Hello.
Hello.
Do you know about the hosepipe ban?
I have heard something about it on the radio. I'm not sure whether it's in force now or that it's likely to be, because we've not had very much rain. I did know about that, yes.
Do you have any vegetables or plants at home?
I have some flowers. I live in a flat, so I have pots and things, but I don't grow vegetables, so it's really only plants and flowers, yes.
If you couldn't use a hosepipe, would they suffer?
Not ever so much, because I would get my husband to fill up buckets or something instead of a hosepipe. I'm not sure whether that's allowed or whether that constitutes, you watering plants, but if I would think of saving water before the plants. Yes.
What are you doing to save water?
We obviously things like washing your teeth and not leaving the tap running or leaving the tap running at all, and we all the wastewater we use accordingly. For example, we can all put it on the flowers.
Because of the drought, it's out of the hose and in with the buckets. Now back to Eva in the studio.
Thank you, Luke. Yesterday, an enormous chunk of the White Cliffs of Dover collapsed into the English Channel. A rockfall soon followed the crumbling mound. The fall was sited between the Langdon Cliffs and the Foreland Lighthouse. Due to the high rise of the water, no one was in the area at the time, therefore preventing further injuries. The only person who was near at the time of the fall was the local Coast Guard, who commented, "Over the years and around the country, cliffs can fall after water expands. The cliff has been continuously crumbling for some time, but nowhere near this amount has fallen from the cliff since the beginning of this last year. Scientific evidence shows that the cause of this great fall at the end of the winter for the past 2 years could be due to the temperature of the weather rapidly decreasing. Freeze-thaw is the suspected problem, where the water will freeze and then expand frequently, disturbing the natural movement of the rock. So, will this catastrophe continue to reoccur if the climate continues to change?"
Very interesting. Today, Belgian parents are still awaiting confirmation as to the safety of their children after the bus crash in South Switzerland yesterday. All parents and carers have not yet been informed whether their child has survived the tragic incident in Sierre. Many have travelled to Switzerland to get more information on the case. The catastrophic accident shocked the nation. A total of 22 children and 6 adults perished on the way back from their school ski trip. The coach, carrying 52 people from Belgium, was said to have hit the curb and swerved into the stop lane inside the tunnel. The driver is said to have a very highly respectable reputation, and the road was said to be very safe. Belgium is mourning the dead children and the staff involved.
And now, for the news in your area.
Thank you and welcome to your local news. I'm Will.
And I'm Hannah.
Local residents are up in arms here. Let's go to Anna at Alsford Quarry for more information.
I'm reporting from Alsford at the site of a proposed new quarry. To some it may sound like a chance to create jobs, however locals fear it may dwarf the village. The plan is to create a new quarry bigger than the village itself. Although there has been quarrying in the village for nearly 250 years, residents think the new quarry is a step too far. We're here to investigate and we're speaking to Councillor Ernie Osborne to find out more. Over to Tom.
Thanks, Anna. There have been quarries for at least 250 years in Alsford. Why is this one so different?
Tom, the biggest problem that we have with this one, we've never objected before to any of the quarries. It's been 16 probably in the last 20 years. Never a problem to the village itself, but this one goes right up to the outskirts of the village and will affect the village for the next 20 years.
Do you think Essex County Council are thinking much of the locals or more of the quarry?
Essex County Council have got to meet a quota by the government, and it's up to them to extract the gravel from wherever they feel fit.
We're here in Alsford with a resident called Jan. So what do you think on the quarry?
Well, I think we've got enough quarries in the village already, and I just don't like to think we're going to have more encroaching on our green field space.
Are the lorries worrying you?
Yes, there's an awful lot, well there will be an awful lot of lorries going through the village, creating dust and traffic, and the school is very close, so that's another aspect.
Is the field important to you, and why is it?
Yes, it's very important because it's a greenfield space and they've taken so many greenfields already in that area that I just don't like the idea of them taking another one.
Okay, thank you. Over to Anna.
So, residents are worried about thousands of lorries, the health and safety of school children, and that their lifestyles may be ruined forever. So how would you like it if this happened to your village? Thanks for tuning in. Back to Will.
Thank you, Anna. Two motivated mums this week share their determination to bring back Mersey Carnival after its cancellation last year. The carnival, which was cancelled due to the organisers' ill health, has been taken over by two of the island's local mums. They have decided to make a comeback and to take charge of the carnival, which will be held on Saturday, August the 18th. The mums are looking to preserve the traditions but are adding something new. Mersey has embraced the carnival and soon hopes that its 20 floats will take part. The organisers want to attract more community awareness. They are looking for musicians, choirs, bands and other volunteers to take part. So if you want to show off your talent, this is for you.
Plans are afoot to change Colchester High Street. Let's hear from Luke, who's there for us now.
Thank you, Will and Hannah. Good afternoon. I'm Luke, reporting from Colchester High Street, where there's been a proposal to close down the High Street from cars. We'll now find out what you think about this idea.
Thank you, Luke. Hi, I'm Charlie, and I'm outside Claydon's newsagents, and I'm here with Richard, who works here. So, Richard, have you heard about the cars coming down that come down this road might be cancelled out?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's a very silly idea because it's going to have a big knock-on effect with the gridlock around the town, and that will also affect the business.
What effects will it have on the business?
Well, it will stop the passing trade that we have. Any cars that just quickly stop and run in and buy papers and things. So it's going to have a big knock-on effect with that one.
What are your thoughts on the closure of the roads?
I think it's a good idea. I think shutting off the road will make the road more safer. Also, there's a lot of people about in this area. I think we're good for businesses as well, for people coming out also in the sunshine, coming out on the streets. It'll be less congested. I think it'll be a better, more shopping experience for other people as well.
So how will it affect you? Will it affect you in any way?
Obviously it'll take me probably about another 10 minutes to get home, because I usually come through this way to go home. But no, I think it'll be a good idea, definitely. I think it'll be a more vibrant little town. People will be more hustle bustle. Maybe get some a market down here on a certain day where there's a market going down the street.
So, thanks Charlie. Some mixed opinions there. If this proposal does go ahead, Will it make or break Britain's oldest recorded town, High Street? Back to the studio with Will and Hannah.
Yesterday, Colchester lost a bid to Chelmsford to become England's next city and are genuinely devastated to think they missed out in the Queen's Diamond Jubilee year competition. The news was truly disappointing to the Mayor, Helen Chua, who said, "I'm really gutted and extremely disappointed. Colchester deserves to be a city. The people behind Colchester's bid really thought they were in with the chance because it is Britain's oldest recorded town and home to the famous Colchester Castle." Chelmsford officials are delighted to be awarded the new status and said, after almost 25 years of trying, the town of Chelmsford has finally been honoured.
That's it from us, so now we'll hand you back to the National News Desk.
And we'll hand you straight over to Erin with the sport.
Good afternoon. I have two stories for you today. Firstly, Chelsea go through to the last 8 in the UEFA Champions League after the Blues beat Napoli in their all-grey kit 5-4 on aggregate. The second leg was played at Stamford Bridge, where the English side won 4-1 but lost the first game 3-1 in Naples. Chelsea manager Di Matteo said it seems Abramovich is not aware of the difference between having a successful team and building a successful club. They will play the next round by the end of the month. Now into Olympic news. Dwayne Chambers has secretly been training with the 400-metre Great British Relay team for the London 2012 Olympics. Chambers received a lifetime ban from the British Olympic Association for drug use and is waiting to hear whether the ban will be overturned. The 33-year-old is now awaiting a decision next month. That's it from me. Over to you, Eva.
Thanks, Erin. Now let's see what the weather's got in store for us with Rachel.
Today in Colchester, we are having warm weather, cooling off towards evening. Temperatures will decrease, getting back down to 11 degrees at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow's weather is looking slightly colder, with sunshine. Altogether, it's looking dull. By 5 o'clock in the morning, it will start off to a chilly 7 degrees, getting slightly warmer towards 12 o'clock, going up to a warmer 8 degrees. By 3 o'clock, it will be the highest temperature of the day at 11 degrees, and towards the evening, it will go back down to 8 degrees. That's all from the weather today. Now back to Nathan.
And to finish, you've all heard of the Tom and Jerry cartoon. Well, this is a real-life version. Yesterday, a cat whose actual name is Tom brought a mouse back into his owner's garden in Surrey. But when he put the mouse down, it didn't run away. It faced up to his fears. Tom was so shocked that he just stood there. The mouse escaped unharmed after delivering a mighty scratch to the face. So the lesson for all of us is, stand up for ourselves. That's a good night from me, Nathan.
And from me, Eva. Have a good evening.